The highly anticipated Warner Brothers film, The Batman, is out in a number of global territories, except Russia, due to the invasion of Ukraine. The Nigerian cinemas will be hoping for a big opening weekend, as this is the first big blockbuster of 2022, coming in the third month of the new year. Moses Babatope, co-founder of FilmOne Group, MD of FilmOne Entertainment, joins me now to discuss further. Moses, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Roses.
Happy New Year? No, you already been here already. Yeah, okay. So Happy New Year again.
Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone.
How big, Moses, could this Batman film be for cinemas here in Nigeria?
We think it could be one of the top, definitely top Hollywood films. Setting guaranteed the top 10 film for the year. We take well to tempo franchise big blockbuster films, and the momentum is with the film. If you just consider what Spiderman is doing, Spiderman is still showing in Nigerian cinema 12 weeks on.
Right.
So that momentum is there. Uncharted, starring the same Spiderman guy, has done over 100 million now. So the momentum is going very well for Batman. It's the first big, blockbuster release after, Spiderman. Expected to be number one. We think for us, our blockbuster is anything over 100, 150 million. So Batman should safely deliver that number. A few things going against it in terms of the duration, and kind of is a little dark, but it's the major contender. It should be the biggest film in March. It should be biggest film of the quarter. So it should do very good numbers for us.
Yeah, you're right. It's a 3-hour movie, right?
Three hours film, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty long.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned Spider-Man. Thanks for mentioning Spider-Man. I think I checked the Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria site, where you folks update box office numbers. As at, I think it was 748 million is what I'm seeing, right?
Correct.
Which will be updated later. So can Batman come close to that?
I don't think it will come close. I think it will be a fraction, a nice fraction of it, probably 25-30% of that number. That I have to say that the Spider-Man number is an outlier. Any film that's likely to come close to that could be a local film, but also a film like Black Panther,
right,
the second installment. Like I said, the duration of this, the likely certification will be a bit higher. Spider-Man was more family-oriented. I think we got a 12A. This could be a 15 or an 18. 3 hours means fewer slots in the cinema. There will be competition in the next few weeks coming. So I feel like that might be in its way, but we're happy to theatrically distributed exclusively on behalf of Warner Brothers. What we've seen of it, the reviews we've gotten, we expect it to be a great cinematic event.
Great stuff. So Spider-Man came out late December. You've now got the Batman early March. There's been a bit of a lag as far as big blockbusters. On average, I guess to keep the theaters going, how often would you need a blockbuster? Is it once a month or once every other? How do you gauge the time?
So the uncertainty and the unprecedented nature of the pandemic meant that these dates will keep shifting and changing. For us in the Nigerian market, ideally we will love a blockbuster every month, but we will actually love it to be a Hollywood blockbuster and a Nollywood blockbuster every month, and that's what we're working towards. Even from our production standpoint, and what our colleagues, our friends are looking like. And if you look at it, it looks like this is the start of the blockbuster season for Hollywood. So this month is Batman, next month is Morbius, May is Doctor Strange, June is Jurassic, July is Thor and Black Adam. Okay. It keeps coming like that.
So the money's going to be rolling.
Hopefully, it gets people out and people have a great experience out. So back to back for the next 5-6 months, we're expecting to really rain good numbers for box office.
Well, let's talk Nollywood. I believe alternative to Batman, the King. I think what's his name? Akon.
Yes, American King.
American King. Yeah. So what are your expectations for that?
American King is an African American collaboration that has Nigerian stars in it.
Yeah.
Akon stars in the film. It's out as well today.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting take. And in terms of the relationship between the Hollywood and Nollywood. I think it would have its own decent run. And we generally tend to take to films that have talent on them.
Yeah.
Tim is in this film, Nigwe is in this film. They have a following. I think people that are curious to see what Akon has to offer, working with these stars, would also would gravitate towards it. I'm not sure of how well it would hit the box office, but I think it would have a decent run.
Great. So speaking of which, and I know you need the odd blockbuster here. Yeah? You said every month would do. How would you assess the performance of Nollywood films first quarter of this so far?
So it's not been bad. If you just look at the end of November till now, the box office has done about probably 1.7 billion.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Nollywood would have taken 550 to 600 million of that, and Hollywood, closer to $1 billion. Considering the big, monster that Spiderman was,
right.
And I use monster very loosely because it was a great benefit and blessing to the cinema market.
Right.
It's been a great showing. So films like AY's Christmas in Miami, trumping and doing almost 300 million. Films like K and Popo doing up close to 140 million. Superstar doing close to 70 million. A new film that came out January 28, Dinner at My Place, amazing. Underdog doing close to 50 million. So Nollywood has been there or thereabouts. There are people that are happy with the progress, happy to always see when they go into cinema, and we have a duty to continue to encourage people to have that choice and to ensure that we continue to do well with our local content.
Hey, variety is the spice of life.
Always.
Yeah. You have a yearbook
Yes.
that you're releasing today, where you look back on the year in 2021. So how would you describe 2021 for film? Was it a year of recovery, or how would you describe it?
A year of resurgence, a year of resilience, a year of recovery by all means, a year to spotlight what is possible within, West Africa and Nigeria particularly leading the way. A year to say, yes, streaming is here, we embrace it, we're working with streaming, we love the alternative it brings, we love the revenue returns it brings, but cinema is very important, for the kind of people that we are. Very important for the experience that we are, and the yearbook we're very proud about. It's our 4th edition. It's our take on on kind of positioning the industry in the way it should be, and to also say what the prospects are. One major highlight is around the world the recovery I think has been 40-50% of 2019. Nigeria did 78 to 80%, which is really major. We recorded the highest December ever. 1 billion take by all the cinemas December last year.
Wow.
Where you'd have thought the Omicron would have disturbed a lot of things, capacity restrictions.
Yeah.
So those things we highlight things around consumer behavior, where we polled 1,000 people that are cinema goers and enjoy streaming, and just look at their various parts, their behavior and their choice of whether cinema going or streaming. Those insights were very useful. The importance of genre, the importance of classification. It's a great, I think 55 to 60 page read that we're going to make publicly available, and we want to continue doing that. That look, cinema should be here to stay and thrive, just like streaming and all the other forms of consuming film content.
And still looking back at 2021 and the yearbook and everything, as expansions, more cinemas, is that still on the cards for this year, next year? How's that?
Certainly on the cards, and we're happy that for the first time in a long while, there's a convergence of interest by the big financial institutions. So Afrexim, for example, has a great mandate and a great fund for creative industries, with the film, music and fashion being primed there. I believe the International Finance Corporation also have a mandate. I believe the African Development Bank has. BOI continues to support here. There are a number of the Central Bank, of Nigeria has the CFI, and you can even see it from the government's posture. That there is an acknowledgement. There is an acknowledgement that there is something in the creative space. The film sector is there, and that's why we continue to also share and show numbers of what the prospects are. Yeah. So the expansion for cinemas, for sure, we're looking to expand and have a number of cinemas. Our colleagues, Genesis, Silverbird, have great plans as well. I expect that you should see between 10 and 15 new openings this year, and hopefully as we get more access to capital and people start believing that it's not substitutionary, that we're going to complement streaming and cinema. And I keep re-emphasizing this because we need that.
I keep asking you every time.
We need
always asking you about
it. As we come to terms with the fact that they can exist well, we will see more expansion in the sector.
You already went through the list, but what are you looking forward to this year? I guess outlook for the 2022?
So what I'm looking for, hopefully, we to kind of capitalize on the existing capacity we have with our cinema location. So what can we do around innovative marketing, to get more people in? Can we push the boundaries and frontiers? Can another record be broken this year? Yes, it's an electioneering year. Could that mean more money in the system? Would that mean more, people going out? I would love to see developers embrace, cinema developments more. And I'm hopeful that happens. I'm looking forward to Black Panther 2, for sure. Looking forward to efforts from Tony Abraham, from Funke Akindele, from AY, the usual suspects, from Jade Oseberu, who's done and working on Sugar Rush, and in a host of people, Inkblot Productions, all these guys, Anthill Studios, all these guys have believed in the cinema experience and going to invest in them. Looking forward to great work from them coming up. Kayode Kasum, the names are endless, but they've done great work in the last few years, promoting cinema going.
Excellent stuff. Moses Babatope, co-founder of FilmOne Group, MD, FilmOne Entertainment. Thank you so much for joining us to talk movies. Always a pleasure.
Always great to see you. Thank you so much for having us.
All right.